Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are traveling all over Uganda to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need
to make their farms more productive and adapt to climate change.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice and turn their farms around into a profitable business,
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experience
on the Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
Put it up. This week, we're visiting two brothers.
They both started farming under the guidance of their father.
We want to see how they're doing and whether we can bring in any extra help.
Frob, do you know farming is the backbone of this country?
Oh, no.
Yes.
So it is up to the young farmers to keep this country strong.
Let's go and meet them.
Let's go.
This week, we are traveling to Wakiso district.
And we're meeting brothers Jonah and Hassan.
And their father, William Buyondo.
They love to keep fish.
And together share this pond full of mudfish and tilapia.
So join us as we discover how to boost our young farmers' income,
while also keeping our country rich in food.
Hello. Come.
Yeah, we come
yes, you come in. You're most welcome.
Thank you. Jonah?
Yes.
Mr. William?
Yes.
Hassan?
Yep.
Aha.
Yes.
So, Mr. William, why farming? Why not a banker?
I love farming because my father and my mother were farmers.
Okay, let's move on to the next generation.
Yes.
Jonah,
Yes.
what challenges do you have on the farm?
Price fluctuation with agricultural products. Let's say vanilla. By the time we started the vanilla, the kilo was at around 150,000. But it was after one season that price went down to 1,000.
1,000?
Yes. We almost cut it down.
Hassan,
And
what challenges do you have on your farm?
when the banana comes, you can find when it come yellow.
Before maturity.
Yeah.
Luckily for you, we do not come alone. We come with experts that are going to give you all the help that you need.
Is that okay?
It's so fine.
So we'll see you later.
Okay.
Yeah?
Don't run away.
We are When I heard that Shamba Shape Up is coming to our farm, I was so happy. To be honest, I'd never got into an interaction with such people. So your coming was a blessing to us.
Okay, guess what we're featuring first today? It's a starchy vegetable like potatoes. It's a fruit that has seed like tomatoes. It's a grain that can be milled into flour. Have you guessed yet? It's maize, one of the world's most important crops. It's been cultivated for over 10,000 years. But Jonah's challenge getting a good harvest is not as old as that. In fact, it's just 3 years since Jonah began farming maize. So we have invited an expert in maize to come and help us. There he is. Meet Dr. Godfrey Seru from Naro.
What was the objective of establishing this?
We are having several dairy farmers around, so they need silage. So they've been coming in for silage. So the previous season, we got good money from the silage.
From the silage.
So we decided this time around to plant specifically for silage.
Now, when you are producing for silage,
Yes.
your aim is to get much of the stocks. If we are producing for silage, we double the population of the plants. That creates competition, and even the crops produced will not be very big because there is competition. But now it helps the plant to grow even taller. But now let me ask, are you happy with the crop?
I'm not really impressed because the crops are not looking good.
What we need to do here is to go back. How did you plant? Did you use some fertilizer? Along the way, did you top dress? Probably the soils are very poor, and even when you plant a very good variety, the crops will still be small. Yeah, that is number one, feeding. You need to put some fertilizer or manure.
Okay.
That could be the cause of this. Then there are some varieties which give you two cobs. For example, bazooka would give you two cobs
on one stalk.
on one stalk. If you are producing for grain, it would give you 2 cobs, and that already puts you at a better
Market.
market because you have more.
Is this the first season you've planted maize?
No, this is the third
season.
Yes.
Could the recycling of the area be also a problem?
Now, when we are crop rotating, now it would be good that after this you plant beans, a legume, so that it can help you to improve the fertility.
So maybe you can show us how to plant this bazooka for both grain and silage production. Is there a piece of land that we can borrow?
Yes, I have it ready.
You show us. You take us. You take us. Because this is interesting. So remember, farmers, plant maize before the rains, not in the dry season. And if you're growing maize for silage, it's the stalks you want. So you can double the amount of seeds you plant by halving the planting distance. So where you might plant 10 per row, plant 20.
I think this is a good area for our demonstration. Let's demonstrate how to plant maize for grain. You use 2.5 feet at a spacing of 1 foot. This will be our first peg. After that, you can continue.
You can take this one. Yes.
So this is 2.5 feet, 2.5 feet. Yeah, we are going to dig our holes along this line at a spacing of 1 foot. Now we have our DAP, is the fertilizer we use at planting. Now we shall put in 1 bottle top, which is about 5 grams. So you fill it and make it flat, then pour it in the hole. Add a little soil. We don't want our seed to sit on top of the fertilizer because it's a salt, it will burn it and kill it. Now, we are going to get our bazooka, suitable for mid-altitude, and it can yield up to 40 bags. That is 4 tons per acre. We are going to put in one seed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, now we have seen how to plant for grain. Now we should see how to plant for silage. Our main interest is to have as many stalks as possible. Instead of putting 1 seed, we are going to put 2 seeds. But I want to emphasize, let's not always recycle seed. We should get a fresh batch of seed every season. That will give us a very high yield. In addition, where we have already used the land, we should always add some fertilizer. And that way you are going to get a bumper harvest.
Jonah,
yes, please.
You can keep this seed.
Thank you so much.
And we wish you the best harvest.
This time around will be the best. Yes.
You tell them.
Ever since I started farming, I'd never got any advice from any expert concerning farming. But now I've gotten what to do, and I'm sure this very season I'm going to plant maize and it will come out so good.
Our next topic is a fruit we all love. And for a good reason, it helps the body produce serotonin, which makes us happy, lowers blood pressure, and protects the heart. In fact, banana is Uganda's wonder food. It's just so good. We all love it. And you can find it in markets across the country and usually in plentiful supply. Now I want to help it keep that way. So I've asked Dr. Godfrey if he will stay with us a little longer and help Hassan keep our markets well stocked with bananas. Yes. Hassan, do you have any challenges?
Yes, I have the challenge. As you see, the matoke I have, those are local variety which brings the small matoke. Second, I have the pest on my banana plantation. I have the disease which make the matoke to be yellow when it's not mature.
All those are serious problems because when you grow them bananas, you want to get a very big bunch.
Yes.
Hassan, you also mentioned that you have pests.
I have.
Please come and show us.
Okay, follow me. So, doctor, this is the banana which I have been talking about.
This is the banana weevil. And it may be partly responsible for the small bunches that you are getting. So with banana weevil, you need to come in with some control measures. One, after harvesting, you cut it at surface level, like here. Now you can see these.
Yes.
These are the tunnels for the weevils. Yeah, now this is the pseudostem, and we use it to cover the stump which we have cut. And once you cover it, you wait for 2 or 3 days, then come back and open. If the weevils were present, you'll find them on the surface of the stump. Then that way, you can either kill them by putting them in an insecticide or just crush them with your hands.
So, doctor, the problem I have again, the yellow matoke.
Yellowing of the banana plant.
Yeah.
And ripening of the banana before
when it's not maturity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is a disease. We call it banana bacterial wilt. The banana bacterial wilt causes the leaves to turn yellowish, and then when it puts on a bunch, the fingers will ripen before they are mature. Sometimes if you leave the male bud, it sort of dries up. So that is the banana bacterial wilt. How is it spread? One, it is spread through diseased planting materials. So if you see any infected plant, never pick the planting material from there, because the chances are very high that you introduce it into your plantation.
Okay.
Secondly, once you use a knife or a shear on one plant, disinfect it before going to another plant.
Yeah.
We can disinfect using a fire flame. Sometimes people use jig, 5 liters of water and 1 liter of jig. Then even the bees, by moving from an infected bunch to one which is still healthy, that way the disease is also transmitted. For the bees, we can use a forked stick. So the moment the last cluster comes out, you are supposed to break off the male bud, not cutting, so that there is no chance of getting sap from one plant and transmitting it to the other. Then, once you have an infected plant, you do what we call a single stem removal. Whatever you see is infected, you cut it down, chop it and put it in one place. Don't spread it. Then observe these others. If they don't get infected, don't cut them. So that means you have to be moving through your plantation. Whatever you see is diseased, you cut it and heap it.
Hassan, do you have any other question?
Ah,
You good?
yeah, I'm good.
Thank you, doctor.
From what I've seen of Hassan's work, he has a bright future as a farmer, and if he takes my advice, he's going to have very good returns on his efforts in that field.
For more information on high-yielding banana varieties that are resistant to disease, contact Shamba. Frob,
Yes,
how did
I-
it go?
I've just come from the maize plantation. But I don't know, is it a tree? Is it a fruit? Is it a flower? Who knows?
That's not all. Still to come after the break.
We have a special double feature on my favorite spice.
Welcome back.
To Shamba Shape Up Uganda. We're in Wakiso district.
And we are visiting brothers Jonah and Hassan Buyondo.
Still to come, a special double feature on orchids and a very lovely spice they produce. So Aggie, there's no time.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you later.
Okay. What's the world's most popular aroma? And after saffron, the world's most expensive spice? Vanilla. Vanilla is a crop that can be very profitable if managed well, but one that also suffers from market price fluctuations. So we've asked Wali Magala from Naro to help us. He not only teaches how to grow vanilla, he's a vanilla farmer as well. Who could understand this interesting crop any better? Mr. Wali Christopher.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right.
Good, good.
Yes.
This is our
Yes. Yeah.
Jonah, you said you have some challenges or problems with the vanilla. What are these challenges?
Number one, and which is the major one, is the price.
Okay.
The price for the vanilla is never stable. You know, when you planted the vanilla, we expected a lot. But eventually, during some harvest, we realize low prices. So the price fluctuation in vanilla is a big challenge to us farmers. Challenge number 2, vanilla has got a disease. The roots get dry, so it affects the stems, the leaves, and the fruit as well. So we don't know which type of disease is that.
Those are very good challenges and they are very common. But still, when I was going around, I saw some agronomical practices which were not being done very well. Maybe they can be as a result of those challenges. Maybe not, or maybe. First, mulching is a very good practice, but it should be done very well. The type of mulch is not bad, but it is not dry. We need to have very good dry mulch, which we use in our vanilla garden. Also, the system, the placement of mulch is bad because you can see this is a heap, so it is very thick, and it will decompose, create some hot spots in the soil, which will attract bacteria, multiplication, and other soil organisms, which may affect the roots of the vanilla. So we have to bring in dry material, but also the placement. We distance the mulch. It is about 2 to 3 feet, because as it rots, it attracts the roots upwards. But now this one is being deviated. It's coming to pick the mulch. And when there's drought, this root will dry. Because eventually, the plant will show signs of dryness, and it may be a disease. You can see also this one, these are also coming up. Instead of going to the soil to get the nutrients.
Anything else we can do with our vanilla?
Another good agronomical practice I noticed was looping before the season ends.
Sure.
Yes.
So looping is also a very good practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here, when you analyze these vines, you go on analyzing to see which is a very tall
taller one.
Yeah. So that it can either be cut according to the climate or looped.
What is looping and why is it advantageous to vanilla?
Looping is a good agronomical practice in vanilla. It increases the rooting system. This is a loop like this one. So you find a vine which has grown for about 6 to 9 months, and it has attained the length of about 6 to 10 meters. Then you see this one is very suitable. So what you do is you first hang it somewhere so that it's not damaged. You see, working in vanilla is very fragile. So you remove, here put a mulch. We remove this mulch. This is a lot of mulch. Remove the mulch. You see how bad mulching can scorch the vine.
Because of the warmth.
The heat.
The heat.
Yeah. So we have a length of about 2 feet, like here. Then you dig. Why do you dig here? Because you don't want to damage the roots. You dig a trench.
So how deep should we dig?
Maybe about 60 inches.
6 inches deep.
A trench of about 1 foot. Maybe you can make 1.5, because there are many innovations now coming.
Here it is.
Then you bring the vine. You tilt it. You orient it towards the support. Then you first fit in to see it's not going to be damaged. So you remove. If you have a knife or a sekatua, you be very careful. You don't cut off this eye. There's an eye here, which will develop the roots. That's 1, 2. 3. You can use 4. So you give room for the new roots to grow. So you place like this, and then you plant.
So this is looping.
Yeah, this is a loop.
A loop.
The action is looping. So everywhere here, you will have roots. Another plate. so you need to water.
Okay.
Yes. 2.5 years, it should be having 12, even more.
Okay.
In 6 years, you will be having about 24.
Hey.
In 9 years, you will be having 36. That's why you should keep this place very cold, the mulching, so that you continue
Pushing away.
putting more plates
Around.
and also you hang these. If you leave it like this, somebody is going to step here and break this money. I call it money. Yes, this is money because this one is also going to give you what?
Flowers.
Yeah, flowers. Or you can sell the seed this way and again get flowers. Okay. Yeah. Part of the solution to some of the diseases and problems for vanilla is proper looping, because the looped plant gets a lot of food which will sustain the growth and then the resilience of this crop towards the pests and diseases.
Mr. Wally, you said there was something else that you wanted to show us, the diseased one?
I will show you.
Yes.
We move and I will show you. When I was walking around, I saw a very unhealthy plant which demonstrated some diseases. So is this the plant you are mentioning in one of the challenges?
Yes, it's one of the parts I noticed which are having the
Yes,
disease.
this is, it has a
So,
problem
I don't know
because
when
deviating from a healthy condition like those ones signifies it is a disease. It is a disease because of the dry flowers, the very small
The vines
vines,
are very small,
very unhealthy. Yeah,
I'd lost hope in it.
yeah. The possible attack might have come from the rotten tree stump. You can see this one. This is the rotten tree stump. When the stump roots, they have some bacteria. So it might be an attack to the roots of the plant. After cutting, you remove the stump, you bring ash or the charcoal dust, you add a mix and you put here. The bacteria will go.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wally. This is a lot and useful information.
Indeed.
Indeed, yes.
Indeed.
But now, what can we do about the market prices?
What we have been doing is to sensitize farmers about the problems and the happiness of this crop. Yeah, it goes up 5 to 10 years and it goes down. So we are advising farmers to stay with the crop. Don't cut it down. Just improve while improving other what?
Other crops, right.
Observe the diseases, observe the fertility of the soil, the condition of the soil, prune where necessary, remove the bad ones. Yeah? And then the other thing which is not still going on very well is these farmers are not having their own organization.
Yeah.
They should come together. If the border people can come together,
Why not the
the
vanilla
Matoke people, the people in the musicians, the musicians,
vendors?
why not the farmers
Yes.
in each sub-county, in each village, and we meet the highest people. Some of those are very high. They don't know what is happening at the what?
ground level.
Yes. So the ground people who smell soil should come together to engage those people in offices. So just practice the good agronomical practices. Get all the information. Make your ears very wide. Make your eyes very wide and see what's going on. Be informed and get the right information.
So remember, farmers, remove tree stumps to avoid diseases. Loop vanilla stems to increase your harvest and intercrop vanilla with bananas, beans, and other crops to help with your income when the market prices fluctuate.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wally.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Hassan.
Yes,
Hey,
guys
Jonah.
are here.
Yes.
We've been looking for you.
They're
What are you doing?
We've been here
Doing what?
digging a hole.
What for?
We want to plant a matoke.
For what?
Just for commemorating our visitors from Shamba Shepherd.
Can I help?
Yes, you can.
Please,
You
please,
can.
please.
You can. You can.
All right, where do I put the soil?
Yes, madam. I
Yes.
think you can hold the sucker.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Then we
Like
put
push
back?
the soil back. Yes. That is Very nice. Fantastic.
Yes.
It is the best. Really?
You know what?
Oh.
Hassan,
Yes.
Jonah,
Yes, madam.
it's our time to leave.
All
We
right.
can't stay any longer because we have to go.
Yes.
But thank you so much
most
for
welcome.
having us.
Thank you for visiting us.
Yes.
We've really enjoyed you. We've liked you. You're so good people. Just pray that you come back next time.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the best in your enterprises.
It's our humble prayer that you reconsider us next time. And it's an assurance from me and from my brother and father as well. You'll find us different people from the people we are today.
And for you people at home, we'll see you on the next episode of Shamba Uganda. Hey guys.
Yeah. See you there. Yeah.